welcome back, you guys, to another one. If you're new to the channel, my name is Andrew with Younger Nissan in Frederick, Maryland. For more information on our inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. Today, we are in the brand new 2022 Nissan Murano. There is one big change for the 2022 model year. Of course, I'll be covering that. Not only that, it does have great reliability according to Consumer Reports, and if you were to purchase here at Younger Nissan, you will get a double powertrain warranty, which most other Nissan dealerships, of course, cannot say. So ultimately, in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. And so as you can imagine, there are several different trim levels for the 2022 Murano. First one being the S, starting at $32,910. SV for $36,450. Midnight Edition for $37,845. And by the way, that's a new trim level for the 2022 model year. You got the SL, which is the one we have today, starting at $40,410. And lastly, the Platinum, starting at $44,460. But ultimately, regardless of trim level that you go with, the power plant on this thing is going to be the same. Powering the beast is a 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6, putting out 260 horsepower at 6,000 RPM, 240 pound-feet of torque, coming in at 4,400 RPM. Power sent to front wheels or all wheels. And by the way, all-wheel drive is a $1,700 option for any of those prices I just listed off, by the way. But sent to the ground through a CVT 0 to 60, approximately 8.2 seconds, with MPG numbers coming in at 20 in the city, 28 on the highway, taking regular unleaded fuel. And so now having got all of that out of the way, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and find a straightaway. Let's put the Murano here to the test, and let's see how quickly we can get this one here up to speed. All right, a little bit of a rolling start in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, 100% not going to have any issues. We're merging onto the highway. That is plenty of an acceleration. And again, the best thing about naturally aspirated engines is there's no turbo lag in this. Everything these days is turbocharged, I feel like. So yeah, that was plenty of an acceleration. Not only that, you got the reliability of a naturally aspirated engine as well. But anyways, to go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. And so up front, you will find 12.6-inch ventilated front discs. In the back, 12.1-inch solid rear discs. As far as that 60 to 0 stopping distance goes, that is going to come in at 120 feet even, which is plenty respectable. And quite honestly, definitely having no issues with the braking feel whatsoever in my short test drive here today. As far as suspension and handling goes, up front you will get an independent strut type front suspension. In the back, independent multi-link rear suspension, front and rear stabilizer bars. As far as ride quality goes, that has been 100% perfectly fine in my short test drive here today. No need for an adaptive suspension or anything fancy. This has been perfectly fine, so definitely no issues there. As far as steering feel goes, it definitely leans towards the heavier side. It's nothing crazy, but noticeably heavier weight to the steering than a lot of the other SUVs in its class, which quite honestly, in my opinion, is a good thing. It gives the driver a better feeling of being in control, better driver feedback. So definitely makes for a more enjoyable drive in my personal opinion, without a doubt. As far as cabin noise goes, I've had no issues whatsoever in my short test drive here today. Cabin noise is definitely on point, definitely leaning more towards the luxury side of things. There isn't a whole lot of wind noise whatsoever coming into the cabin, so that's definitely a good thing. And touching on visibility, I can see perfectly fine out the back, so definitely not going to have any issues with that as well. But that pretty much rounds out the performance segment of this review, guys. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2022 Nissan Murano. All right, so here she is, you guys, the new 2022 Nissan Murano. Apologize in advance for any wind noise you may hear. It is quite windy. It's about to storm. But anyways, Gun Metallic is the name of our exterior color. Definitely a good looking color on the Murano here. But let's go ahead and start up front here on this one. Chrome or black front grille, depending upon the trim level that you end up going with. For example, chrome front grille is going to come with the Platinum. Midnight Edition is obviously going to get a black front grille. So just as an example right there, black exterior badging coming with the Midnight Edition, of course, chrome accenting on the lower portion of that front bumper as well. You guys could probably see the adaptive cruise control sensor on the bottom portion, or the lower grille down there as well. And then making our way to the sides, LED headlights with LED signature lighting actually coming standard on every single trim level across the board. So definitely a big fan of that. Automatic feature, of course, coming with that, meaning those headlights will turn on automatically for you whenever the Murano detects any kind of darkness. Automatic high beams though also coming standard, meaning when you have your high beams on at night, the Murano will switch that back to low beams automatically if it senses a vehicle coming in the opposite direction. Then it's going to switch it back on the high beams when that vehicle is gone, of course. That's definitely pretty convenient. Then you got LED fog lights as well coming with the SV trim level and up, and they definitely look pretty darn good up front there as well. But that pretty much rounds out the front end of this one. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the side. All right, so now since we are around to the side of this one, there are a couple different options you can go with. There are black and silver roof rails dependent upon the trim level that you go with that are available if you wanted to go that route. When it comes to the windows, same deal, black or chrome window surrounds dependent upon the trim level that you go with. You do have that floating roof line towards the C pillar in the back there. That definitely looks good. Of course, rear privacy glass coming standard across the board on the Murano. Taking a look at the side mirrors, they are body colored power adjustable side mirrors, or I should say gloss black is the other option as well. Again, dependent upon the trim level. Heated side mirrors though coming with the SV trim level and up. Again, with the SV you get LED integrated turn signals, so SV trim level and up as well. Then take a look down at the side skirts. You're actually going to get either chrome or black accenting on those side skirts. Obviously we have the chrome. Then take a look at the wheel setup. This is one of my favorite parts about this particular Murano that we have here today. 18-inch machine finished alloys coming with the S and SV, and then 20-inch alloys varying in color and design coming with all other trim levels. And so we actually have a matte black alloy design, so it's not even gloss black, it's not even a painted black, it is a matte black. So it's a super cool look in my personal opinion. But anyways, that pretty much rounds out the side of this one. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the back. All right, so now since we are around to the back of this one, body colored shark fin antenna found all the way to the top. Just below that, rear spoiler with an integrated brake light. Just below that, rear window wiper, of course, but LED taillights coming standard again across the board. Gotta love that. That's a safety feature in itself, so definitely needed there. You do have trim level badging, so if you wander onto a Nissan lot and you're curious what trim level you're looking at, simply look on the rear liftgate there. That is going to obviously tell you. It's also going to tell you whether or not the vehicle you're looking at is equipped with all-wheel drive. Ours is, obviously. You do have some additional chrome accenting towards the bottom portion of that rear bumper as well, and just below it all you will find dual exhaust outlets with chrome tips. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next. As always, here is that exhaust clip. But so now since we are around to the back of the Murano, when it comes to opening that rear tailgate, it's actually a motion activated power tailgate if you go with the SL or Platinum trims. Otherwise it is a manual liftgate. But there's a button on the key fob itself to go ahead and open it. There's a button on the actual liftgate itself, and again, it is motion activated, so simply just kick your foot underneath and it is going to automatically then open up for you. But once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 31.1 cubic feet. If that was not enough space, there is a 60-40 split, and there's actually levers in the cargo area to fold down those rear seats, which is kind of convenient as well. But once folded down, it comes in at 65 cubic feet, so still very impressive there. Also found in the cargo area pretty much everything you could possibly want. Of course, cargo lighting. There are grocery bag hooks. There are 8 cargo tie-down hooks as well. There's a 12-volt power outlet back there, and then if you were to lift up underneath of the cargo floor, that is where you're going to find your spare tire, which I personally prefer then as well. But then making our way up to the rear legroom, that is going to come in at 38.7 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had in the back there. Also coming standard though, rear ventilation. There is a rear center armrest with cup holders and also a little slot to, I believe, put your cell phone, which is kind of cool. I like that. Also, there are 2 charging ports for the rear passengers. There's one standard phone charging port and then a USB charging port then as well. And if you were to go with the SL or Platinum, you will get heated rear seats. I love this. I always love when vehicles put heated rear seats in the back because that's still a very rare option. So I love that Nissan did that. But anyways, rear seats are definitely a very nice place to be in our SL trim. But anyways, let's go ahead and make our way up to the front seats. 6-way manually adjustable cloth seats coming for the S. SV trim level then is going to add to that 10-way power adjustable front seats with 2-way power lumbar, heated front seats, and 4-way power adjustable passenger seat then as well. Then the SL trim is going to add to that memory settings for up to 2 different drivers, and then the Platinum is going to add in addition to that ventilated front seats then as well. But honestly, seating was plenty comfortable. Definitely not going to have any issues with finding your perfect driving position. But then taking a look at the steering wheel, it is tilt and telescoping. It is leather wrapped for the SV trim level and up, and then heated for the SL and Platinum trim levels. So we do have that heated steering wheel, so that is definitely quite nice there. Then make our way to the startup. Let me start by showing you guys the key here. Essentially, all of your buttons are located on one side of the key. You got lock, unlock, a button at the top of your tailgate, and a remote start button. That's going to be that circular button at the top. That is going to be for the SV trim level and up, by the way. But push button start just comes standard on every single trim level across the board. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button located directly in front of the shifter there. And so once started up, tachometer is all the way on your left, speedometer is on your right. There is a fairly large digital display front and center to control what is on that digital display. There are steering wheel mounted controls found on the left side of the steering wheel. It gives you things like a compass, your digital speedometer if you wanted that. Speed limit of any given road, I actually liked that. Outside temperature, of course, radio information, safety information, miles per gallon, how many miles you have left until you hit empty. Pretty much everything you could possibly want on the digital portions of a gauge cluster. So that's definitely pretty nice. Then making our way to overall interior quality, there is a dual pane panoramic moonroof that comes standard on the Platinum, but then optional on the SL that we have today. Obviously, we have that option, and I absolutely love it. Definitely lets in a ton more light. Not only that, when I was driving, it did not let in any additional road or wind noise, which it sometimes does in other manufacturers, so I wanted to emphasize that. That was pretty cool. Overhead sunglass holder, though, also coming standard. There is ambient LED interior lighting for the SL and Platinum trim levels. Auto dimming rear view mirror for the SV trim level and up, and you're actually going to get home light controls on that mirror if you were to go with the SL or Platinum trims. Dual zone climate control then coming standard with all trim levels across the board. Just in front of the shifter, you have a phone charging port, USB charging port, aux port, and 12-volt power outlet. To the right of the shifter, a little bit of storage there, and then you have dual cup holders, and within the center armrest, you have a ton of storage, and it's a little bit compartmentalized as well, so you got a couple layers there. And by the way, the center armrest is extremely comfortable. It's very soft, and I like the design to it. But overall, I like this aluminum design that started on the doors and it carries just above the passenger side glove box. I think that looks good on both sides. Like the leather finishes on the doors as well with the contrast stitching. So overall, as far as interior quality goes, this would be certainly perfectly fine for me. Then taking a look at the tech display, it is an 8-inch color touchscreen display that comes standard across the board. Bluetooth and audio streaming coming with that, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Factory navigation system, we do have that here. That is going to come on the SL and Platinum trim levels. You can actually check out weather information, which actually I think we should do right now because it looks like it's going to storm any second. 4 p.m., so I got some time. We're good. You can actually also check out some stock information, fuel price information, so that's pretty cool as well. And of course, your radio information. So when it comes to the sound systems here on the Murano, you will get 6 speakers if you were to go with the SSV or Midnight Edition trim levels. However, the other trim levels will get a Bose 11 speaker sound system. By the way, that comes with dual subwoofers as well. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and turn on Sirius XM here. Let's see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one. I hate that song, but the bass was really good. I will say that clarity was fine as well, but the bass I think is really what impressed me. Maybe that's why Nissan emphasizes the dual subwoofers, because you can feel it. That was a good bit of bass. Still hate that song. But anyways, last thing I want to mention to you guys on the infotainment screen is when you do put the Murano in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board. And if you were to go with the SL or Platinum, you will also get a surround view monitor. It's going to be that screen to the right, giving you that bird's eye view, which as always is going to lead us into safety. And so to start, IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, which is the very highest designation given out by IIHS. So that pretty much says it all right there. Front side curtain airbags do come standard, driver and passenger knee airbags as well. In the back, you're going to have latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system, but also coming standard, forward collision warning, autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian detection, intelligent lane intervention, reverse automatic braking, a blind spot warning system with rear cross traffic alert, and a driver attention monitoring system then as well. And then if you were to go with the SV trim level and up, you're going to get front and rear parking sensors, and then the SL and Platinum are going to add to that traffic sign recognition, which I was saying is going to be displayed within the digital portion of the gauges there. So ultimately, when it comes to my final thoughts of the Murano, this thing has excellent safety. Consumer Reports gives it excellent reliability. It's proven reliability at this point. double powertrain warranty if you were to get it at younger Nissan in Frederick, Maryland here. Very luxurious cabin. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the Murano in the comments section below. That is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on social media if you wanted to see what's coming next on the channel before it actually gets to YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell notification button. I do appreciate you guys watching more than you know, and I will see you guys all in the next video.